Superman.
Miss Lane.
I have to say I love the Rick and Morty with Zack Snyder, and I'm curious what you guys talked about beforehand doing that appearance. It was awesome.
Well, Zach and I actually we saw each other around that time. We hung out at DC, but we didn't record together, so we were recording at two different times.
This is a lighter tone to our Superman. I'm wondering if you can speak to why it was important to you to approach it this way and to include this enormous cast of other characters.
Yeah, I mean, I think, in some ways it's lighter, but I mean, there's a lot of heavy stuff in the movie as well, but the character himself is light. I think that, Clark Kent is that rarity of rarities. He's from a non-dysfunctional family. He has parents who love him. He's grown up in a loving household with support and emotional presence from his parents, and he's the result of that. And I think that he's a pretty well-adjusted guy because of that. However, he has his flaws as well. But I love the color and the joy of the comic books I loved growing up. And I wanted to imbue this film with that feeling.
How many Supermans do you have in your head? How many Superman movies?
I have them all, but I really am from the comics, So for me, this is the most comic book movie I've ever made by far. Maybe the first real comic book movie I've made, because I really am influenced by the comics, and I wanted to have people experience the joy I felt when I was reading comic books as a kid in this movie.
Have you had the chance to read the Batman 2 script yet, and is Batmite in it?
It's great.
Oh, look at this reunion.
What's up, man? Looking good.
Just thought I'd come in. Why do you sound so surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm just...
No, I like it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
What's it like seeing that guy?
I love this man. I see him enough.
Now tell me about your look tonight. You're going green. I see the ring.
I started with this, and I worked my way out. I'll not only to mine, but I have a whole team of people here. We're all wearing green tonight.
Sometimes it starts with the piece.
Yes.
Now you told me that Guy Gardner is kind of a a-hole across the board.
Yes.
What do you think is his most redeeming quality?
I'm back. Oh my God.
He will come through in a pinch. He will come through in a pinch. It's going to suck. It's going to be torture. You won't want to repeat the experience, but in the end, he'll come through.
I think last time we talked, I thought you were going to be in Lanterns next, but I think it's since that you're also going to be in Peacemaker next.
Yes, the both of them, yes.
Okay, so tell me about the greater picture of Guy Gardner and how he moves through the DCU. Seems to know everybody.
I'll tell you, it's the same character, but in different circumstances. In his circumstances in Peacemaker, it's very lighthearted and fun. In his circumstances in Lanterns, the stakes are a lot higher, and he doesn't change as a character, but he's certainly dealing with the situation that he's in. And I'll say this, I dropped more F-bombs in my first day on Lanterns than I have in my entire career put together.
That's great. So no F-bombs off limits. And that was on set or in the script?
That was scripted.
Just remind yourself.
That's good. Will he ever let go of the bowl cut?
It all becomes okay.
I sure hope not. I mean, you know what? One day, I think at one point in the comics and in the animated stuff, he kind of went more with a brush cut. He kind of outgrew the bowl cut. I could see that happening. I hope it doesn't happen right away.
No, I like it.
Thank you.
You got used to it, right?
At first when I tried on the wig and I was showing everybody, it was a real shocker. It was a lot of laughs.
Very collaborative.
After about an hour, people get very used to it, and now they're not laughing anymore. And after about week 3 of filming, it's lost all its newness, and it becomes static. It becomes the thing, right?
It takes 3 weeks. Who's his best friend?
Guy Gardner? Who is Guy Gardner's best friend?
Yeah.
He probably feels pretty chummy with the Guardians of Oa. Outside of that, I think he feels pretty superior to just about everybody. I think he has a lot of respect for Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl doesn't take any crap. Hawkgirl doesn't fall for any of his bullshit. Hawkgirl is tough, and Guy Gardner respects that.
Who's your best friend? Alan Tudyk?
Probably Alan Tudyk, my brother, Michelle Chapman, my lovely manager and the exec producer on our show, The Rookie. It's hard to say a quintessential number one best friend, but I have a lot of very high quality friends, and I'll say, Alan, my brother, and Michelle Chapman are chief among them.
It's going to be surrounded by good people.
Agreed.
What's your favorite piece of lore that you've learned about Jimmy Olsen through this process?
I just learned a bunch in the last interview. I learned that Jimmy he was a turtle at one point, and he becomes a porcupine, as well as. I would love to explore the turtle Jimmy Olsen. I feel like turtles are so wise, and I've always had an affinity for them, and I would love to embody that. I would love to see what that looks like.
The sequel is writing itself, right before.
You heard it here first. Jimmy the Turtle.
I think my next question was if Jimmy Olsen ended up on the front page of Daily Planet, what would his headline be? But I think that might be it.
We just found it. We just cracked it. People are asking for it. They want it. Jimmy the Turtle. Yeah.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people Jimmy the Turtle.
What has been the biggest pinch me moment of this experience so far?
It's a good question. I mean, anytime. Anytime there's moments like this, specifically tonight, the scale of the thing, how big of a deal it's going to be, but then you show up and you see all of these people and you see how much it means to all of them, how emotional they are about it and excited, and it's completely surreal. I mean, as an actor, it's kind of like that's sort of the dream, to be a part of something that means so much to so many people, and so many will connect with it in such a meaningful way. There's been a lot of pinch me moments, but tonight kind of takes the cake.
So tell me about being here, reuniting with James Gunn for Superman. I mean,
I've been with him since they took over DC. I did Creature Commandos, and then after Superman, during Peacemaker, did Superman. So I've been involved since the embryonic phase of DC, and the guy's brilliant. I mean, he really is. He's a nerd in the best of ways when it comes to the fans and what they want to see. He understands what he's doing. Guardians was amazing. He knows how to make these movies. He's cool as a cucumber under pressure. So I think people are going to be really pleased.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got our first look at Rick Flag Sr.
Yeah.
What's his vibe? What's his deal? What's on his mind?
What's on his mind is getting a bit of revenge for his son, who's been murdered by a metahuman.
Yes.
Yeah. So there it is.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Peacemaker season 2 is around the corner.
Oh yeah, and some stuff's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can you say about how Superman and Peacemaker connect?
Nothing.
You know the drill.
I've been warned. Yeah. I've almost been fired too many times.
What do you hope that people take away after walking out of Superman tonight?
That David is Superman. Really. I mean, there's so much chatter, and rightfully so. It always happens this way. So much chatter, on the internet and out there, and I think people are going to be convinced that this guy has put on the cape and the big S on his chest, and for now, he's Superman. Yeah.
How are you feeling? What can you say about your character in Superman?
I'm a robot. It's my thing. I do robots. I'm robot number 4, which is the number 1 robot. It's confusing. The first few were bad. He was perfecting the robots, and I'm Superman's sort of right-hand man.
How would robot number 4 and K2SO get along?
I don't think they would. I think that K2SO would knock him down just to see him try to get up. Robot number 4 is very much about the rules, and he's on the right side of things, whereas K2SO is a chaos agent.
I was going to say, you always insert your personality and your flair, so what is robot number 4's personality?
There's a moment right in the beginning where, we saw in the trailer where Superman shows up hurt, and he comes in and they give him some yellow sun, and it gets the beam, restores him. And I'm with the other robots, and I say, hold him down. This is my favorite part. and he starts screaming, ah! Like he's got a little evil in him.
Maniacal. Yeah. How does he feel about Crypto?
Does not like Crypto. He's unruly. Yeah. I think if it was up to him, he would, take him out to a farm, out to a nice farm where he could play and run all day. Yeah.
What do you hope people feel after walking out of this movie?
Hopeful, optimistic. I think that's the best. Coming together. It's not just about a hero. solving all your problems, but it's about people coming together and fighting for the right, fighting for right.
Fighting for right.
Yeah.
If Robot Number 4 was going to be on the front page of Daily Planet, what do you think? Like, what would the headline be? What would be the reason that he ends up on the front page?
Blender kills owner. What?
What? Who said that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe we're getting the soft launch of Maxwell Lord.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be here, and what can you tease about your future in the DCU?
Well, I'm really excited about sharing, sharing this story with an audience. That the Superman world is tied into all of these other worlds that I've been a part of, and other people have been a part of. We've got the Creature Commandos, we've got Peacemaker and Supergirl and Lanterns coming out, and it's all part of one big thing, and I'm very, very pleased to be a part of it. In Superman, you'll just see a tiny little piece of me, but it's an introduction to my character, and you'll see him a lot more going forward.
What excites you about his journey going forward? And if he were on the front page of the Daily Planet, what would his headline be?
Oh my goodness! Well, you'll have to see that with Maxwell, but I think that Maxwell Lord is not too pleased with some of the other billionaires that are in competition with him in the world, and we'll see that going forward. But I can't say anything. I'm so scared.
Aren't you good at this?
I know. I can't say it going forward. Talk to me in a week. Well, yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this as someone that's gotten more of a front row seat. What do you hope fans take away after walking out of this iteration of Superman?
I think that the idea that this is one gigantic story that's spanning many different incarnations, that it's like, yes, it's this one movie, but it's also this TV series and this TV series and the next movie and all these things that are coming together in one big story world. What a magnificent way to try to deliver a story to an audience, and I think people will really respond well to it.
Let me tell you, ScreenRant has always been so kind to me with such nice articles about my performance as Lex, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, ScreenRant. You've been really, really kind in a sometimes not so kind business,
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, can you describe how it feels to be standing here? Obviously, you played one of the more iconic Lex Luthors, and here you are.
Yeah, it's cool. I love Nicholas. I think he's going to be great. I love James Gunn. He's a good buddy. I'm excited to see what they did. It's cool. It's weird. It's like, to play Lex for so many years. But that was like 2012 or something. So now it's, people get older and move on, and who's to say I can play Lex again, though? I'm not too old, right? Without hair, what do you think? But no, I'm excited for everybody involved. A lot of my friends are in this movie, and I'm happy to support, really happy to support.
And you have a small role as well.
It's honestly, I play like a soldier, and it's brief. It's just really my voice. It's
gotta still be cool to come on in.
Yeah, it was easy. It helped with my SAG insurance.
Yep.
Perfect.
But it's funny, I've been talking to a lot of people throughout this and being like, what was your entry into Superman? And a lot of people have been saying Smallville at this point.
Yeah, I'm so proud of Smallville. We were the ones who started it all, whether people like it or not. All the shows, the superhero shows, Smallville was the one. It was the quintessential. It was shot like a movie every week, and it was quality, and it was. I don't think the entertainment industry hadn't seen a show like that in superhero. So, in a lot of ways, I think we've inspired a lot of people, which is great. And I'm proud to be someone who was at the beginning with all of it. So, yeah, I think, I got 7 years to play Lex, and he evolved, and you got to see who he was. And in the movies, you don't have a lot of time. It's sort of like you got about an hour and a half. You gotta feel for the guy and like the guy or hate him or whatever. So I was lucky.
You just mentioned Smallville being, this big thing when it came. I was just talking to Ryan Coogler, and he said that when he was working on Ironheart, that Smallville was one of his bigger inspirations for the show.
Are you serious? Well, Coogler, give me a call, brother.
He said just the antennas and watch Smallville.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's that old.
I hear that a lot. You know, even when I had Nicholas Hoult on my podcast, I was surprised when he said, "You were my Lex Luthor. You were who I watched." You were like, and I honestly didn't know he was going to say that, and I was floored. I was, what? And he's such a great actor. I can't wait to see what he does.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.